blessed to have them. So I'm just going to talk about a few things in terms of family. And we're going to start with love. Love is kind of a word that we throw around a lot. And there is the assumption that you love your family. And I'm going to have my aunts chime in on that as to how you show love. Everybody will say, I love you, I love my family. But that with that word becomes a responsibility. So the person sitting next to me is the one who is the most verbal. So that would be Auntie Shar. And she's going to share with us a little bit about love. Anybody can chime in who wants to. But let's talk about loving your family. What does that mean?
I think that in this family, as a matter of fact, with love, and anybody that knows this family knows that this family is full of love. And we show that daily by showing not only our affection for one another, but, things that we do. As Val said, we kind of spoil the nieces and nephews, not just her. And it doesn't just stop with the nieces and nephews. It goes down to their children, which would make it our great niece and nephew, and then our great niece and nephew. And we try and support them in everything that they do. And we can't just say, oh, I love you or whatever. You also have to show it, because there are family members in some families that they just don't love each other. They don't like each other, and they don't get along well. So I'm happy to say, as Val said, I think we have a wonderful family that is full of love.
And I agree, and it's funny, you touched on something when you said about loving the nieces and nephews and going down to the grandnieces and great nieces and nephews. I have a funny story about the niece who at about 4 years old, I told her no for something, and she says to me, I need to find me a nice mommy. And I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, I need a nice mommy who'll let me do whatever I want. So I said, well, nobody's going to be nicer to you than I am, because I'm your mom, and nobody will love you like a mom. I said, don't nobody want you but me. That's what I told her. And she said, Grandma and my aunties and my cousins. And I said to her, you realize that your grandmother is my mother, right? And I said, your aunties, they wouldn't even like you if you weren't my daughter. So what are you talking about? And so she looked at me with this super puzzled look on her face like, okay, maybe she's right. Maybe I need to get it together. And it was just funny, when Auntie Shar said